Good morning everyone, how are you? Welcome to Midweek Makes on Wednesday morning or evening, afternoon, wherever you are in the world. Hope you're well and enjoying Black Friday week. Now you can't get away from it, whether you love it or don't love it. Black Friday week is happening and obviously it goes through to Monday where you have Cyber Monday next week. We've been running offers on CraftStash all week, so this week on my usual Midweek Makes, I'm actually going to be playing with one of the items that is heavily reduced for Black Friday from CraftStash. You've got a pinned link in the comments, whether you are on Facebook or YouTube. I'm live on both. You've got a pinned comment in both. If you click through to that, it will take you to the homepage of CraftStash, and that has a big Black Friday banner. Click on that and you'll find everything I'm using. So let me see. Good morning to Laurie, always first. Hello, how are you? I hope you're well. Debbie Bonner, good morning to you as well. I have actually said hello to a few of you today in the CraftStash Live at 8 a.m. Claire Fancy McGee. Claire, I just love that your name is actually Fancy McGee. I really did think it was a made-up name. It's fabulous. Nova Blackburn, good morning to you. Lynn Bly, hope you're well. Alison Blake, good morning. Becky, good morning to you too. Renee, is it Renee or Renee? Renee? Either way. Sounds posh if it's Renee. I hope it is. Gillian Godfrey, hi, nice to see you again. Yeah, sorry, you're not seeing my face today, or not now. You did this morning if you caught the CraftStash Live. Deborah Santa Lucia, good morning. Sarah Louise, hello again. And Linda Roberts. That's everyone on YouTube. Let's just check we're okay and live on Facebook. We are. Good morning, Facebook. Hi. Sam was in first. Sam, you ready and waiting this morning? You're usually late. Good morning to Karen Sinfield as well. Jeanette and Jenny Bayliss. Christine Howard, Shelley Bushnell, Vicky, Anne, hello to you all. Thank you so much everybody for joining me wherever you are watching. Now, like I say, I'm going to be using Sheena's products today. Sheena is 70%, or not Sheena herself, but the products are 70% off. I think it's selected. I don't think it's all. Oh, it might be all actually. There might be an all there somewhere. 70% off in the Black Friday sale. Now, what's great, and I only actually noticed this morning for some reason, is when you go onto the CraftStash website and you go through to the Black Friday banner, you go through to the selection, the brand, the category that you want to, it actually tells you how long is left of that Black Friday deal. Sam's organised. Well, there's a first for everything, isn't there? And she knows I'm only joking. There's actually a countdown for how long you've got left for each deal, which is brilliant for planning when you're going to check out your basket and make the most of free shipping. So these items are all there. Now, this particular one I'm showing at the beginning, this is the one I'm going to be using today. It's really beautiful. It's from the Entwined Floral Collection. This one is £4. I want to say £4.49. It's in £4 something with the Black Friday discount, but that doesn't include a VIP discount as well. So if you're a VIP, you're going to be getting this for about £4 exactly, give or take a few pennies, because you're going to get that 40p off. So yeah, brilliant deal. Obviously there is a bundle with this stencil as well. I'm not sure that I'm going to use the stencil today, but there is a bundle with that in too. And then I might use some of the dies too. But here's just a selection of Sheena products that are all available for you to browse, look through. Absolutely beautiful, all 70%. Christine got these when they were previously on offer. Yeah, so hopefully if you've already got this one, then what I'm actually going to be doing today is it's a technique that I've already done on YouTube before as a video rather than a live, but it's actually one of my most popular videos, and I thought I would just share the tutorial again. So just in different colours, slightly different style, but essentially the technique I'm going to share again, so you can see me do it a different, well, it is a little bit different actually. I've got my fruit tea. It's cold today. When it gets cold, I have my hot drinks with me. I don't so much in the summer because I don't really drink hot drinks except one in the morning, one in the evening, but I've got my fruit tea, so that'll keep me warm today. I'm also next to the radiator, but the heating's just gone off, and I don't put it on when anyone else is in the house. Elizabeth Ann, good morning to you. Hello Simone, I hope you're well. Kobe, good evening. Lou and everyone from West Oz, Australia. Ginny, good morning to you. Anel, Am I missing anyone? I don't want to miss anyone out, but there we go. Okay, should we get crafting now? I'm going to pop that down. You will get some reflection, so I apologise. In fact, let's just pop that to the side. Keep that one out. Pop these to the side. Try and make space. I am living in chaos at the moment. Lots of you know about the craft room situation. Sam and I are in very similar situations. Whereby we are both moving into a new craft room. Sam's in hers, but got lots of organisation and sorting to do, I know that. And I am now starting to put furniture in mine, which is really exciting. But my mind is blown away with how much I need to do, how much needs categorising, labelling, sorting, organising, decluttering, and where do I want things? I still don't know where I want everything. So, and that scares me. So this morning, first thing this morning, I was labelling some of my watercolour inks. These are the Creative Craft Products ones, putting labels on the bottles because, so if I show you, for example, let's take a look at this one, for example. It's so dark, it's hard to tell that it's a blue. So I was doing that first thing this morning. My brushes, because I washed them, all the labels need redoing. Some of the labels need, now all my Distress Oxides are actually going to be the right way round now in their new storage. So I need the labels replacing all of those. So it's just crazy. But what I do have is, as lots of you know if you follow me on YouTube, is I do Distress Oxide colour combinations, usually a couple a week. And these are just some of my swatches from those videos. I keep them all and I do write on the back of all of them what colours I've used. So I've got them as a reference. I've actually used that today. And this is the colour combination that I've decided I'm going to use, as you can see. So it's Lucky Clover, Salvage Patina, Spice Marmalade and Ripe Persimmon. But I did this technique previously and it was this one. So these were the colours I used previously. So I think that's Salvage Patina, Aged Mahogany and Gathered Twigs. I might not have used the Gathered Twigs, but certainly those two colours I used previously. But it's a really good reference to keep and just have a play with. Right, so they're the colours I'm using. I'm working on watercolour cardstock and I've got myself a 5x7 top fold card base. Now, whenever I've used these in the past, I've had a lot of questions about where do I get these. I actually get them from CraftStash, but they are 10" by 7" card bases, and then I just chop them in half. So I get two 5x7s out of each card base. So a pack of 25 gives me 50 card bases. So really quick and easy to do. Obviously the envelopes don't match. I do need to buy myself 5x7 envelopes separately. But to be honest, I don't gift a lot of my cards anyway because I probably make 3 or 4 cards a day minimum with work. You know, there's only so much I can actually give away. So I don't tend to worry too much about envelopes anyway. Let's just go down the comments, make sure I've not missed anything. I think everyone's just been listening. The comments seem to have eased. Oh, there we go, on Facebook. You're still there on Facebook. Christine remembered to include her trimmer blades with today's order. Are you ordering every morning, Christine? Couldn't resist lots of card making magic. So card making magic is 70% off, absolutely. So Sheena and Card Making Magic are the big shouts for today. We've also got Hunky Dory with money off. We've got Julie Hickey with 50% off as well. And the Textures and Simply Made Crafts offers from Monday run out this evening. So do hurry up with the 70% off if you'd like to look at those. Good morning, Jackie Anderson. Lynn, good evening from Tasmania. I just placed an order, had to remove Adorable Squirrel because it doubled the postage. Oh yeah, of course, the weight of cardstock. Oh, that's a shame, but it's an amazing value offer otherwise. Gemma, good morning to you. Don't worry about being late. I've just explained roughly what I'm going to be doing. Carol, good morning to you too. Okay, now I will be flipping through YouTube and Facebook, so apologies if I do miss any comments. Melly Jelly, hello again. Yay, working from home. That's the best, isn't it? I love working from home. Good morning, Barbara from Germany. I'd have known what you meant anyway, Barbara. Elaine Hunt, hello to you as well. And Scrap Kathy from, is that NSW? Now, am I being daft? SW, NS, North. It's not, obviously not North South. Someone explain the abbreviation because I've always looked at that and thought that said North Southwest. Well, that doesn't make sense. Australia. It's a not a county, what do you call it? Like an area in Australia, isn't it? Can you just unabbreviate that for me so I can say it right? New South Wales, thank you. Thank you so much. Honestly, my geography is awful. New South Wales in Australia. I'm so glad you're here. Sorry you're late. You're not really that late at all. We're only a few minutes in and I chat a lot. Right, let's get started. So first thing I'm going to do is grab the stamp set. And we actually have two images in here. So you've got your detailed image with all your shading, and then you've got your outline. Now, when I did this on YouTube as a video, as a tutorial originally, this technique, I actually did it with my Magnolia stamp and die set, but I used the outline die, which was all outlines. And unfortunately, that isn't back in stock. It did fly out of stock again very, very quickly, so I can't use that. And I didn't really have any other dies that have that sort of outline effect, so I thought I would do gold embossing instead with an outline stamp. So what I love about this one is that you do get the option of the detail or the outline. So I think I'm going to go with the outline, just the outline today. And I'm going to decide how to position it on my card before it. Now, do I want it coming up this way? I quite liked the look of it coming down as I was holding it. Let me just hold this up. It looks quite nice coming down like that, doesn't it? I know it's not a hanging sort of, what do you call it? A trailing sort of flower, not intended on being, but I think that looks quite pretty. So I think I'm going to do it. So it's very different from the one I did before. And if I really dislike it once it's stamped, I can turn it round, can't I? So I think I'm going to do that. Just going to grab my stamping platform because I thought I had everything ready except that. I'm usually reasonably organised. So besides the Distress Oxides in the colours that I've chosen, I have also got together my colouring pencils as well. So they are all ready, and I've picked out, now everybody probably knows I have Prismacolor. They were a lot of money. I purchased them a while ago, probably a couple of years ago now. They're about £150 for the entire set of, I think it's, where's the box? I'm not sure. There's about 150 of them. But I love them, and you can see by the size of my white one. I use them a lot. I'm actually finishing up a picture. Shall I show you my picture? I don't know if anyone's seen this yet. It's not pretty. It's not floral or anything. Bear with me. Oh. Oh, I'm just under my desk. I'm just rummaging around under my desk. So this is for my husband. He is a huge, huge Avengers fan. And I've just started drawing him. So you can see it's so big I can't get it. It's a massive sort of canvas. Or it's a board. I can't get it in the shop. But if I hold it up, you can see it's Iron Man with his hand there. So his glove. And obviously Robert Downey Jr. So I've done this bit. Now I started this about a year ago and with my Prismacolors, and I am determined to now finish it for Christmas for him. I think he's forgotten about it. He was very excited when I started it, so I think he's forgotten. So I'm going to finish it for Christmas. Probably put a resin coating over it to protect it, and then maybe frame it or something, and that can go up. He's going to have a games room. I've got my craft room, and then the conservatory is going to be his retro games room, and I think it'll go up there. Anyway, okay, so let's get stamping. So this is a brand new stamp that I've not used before, so I'm going to use my pencil eraser. Actually, it's got some hot glue on it. Random. I think my hot glue gun must have touched it. Should come off pretty easily. But I'm going to use this just to brush over the surface of the stamps. So when stamps are brand new, they have a little bit of residue on them. It doesn't take long for that to disappear, especially when you're stamping a few times. But just so I get perfect results for the very first time, that just takes that off. I know Sam rubs it on her hands. Some people like to just stamp a few times on scrap paper. Thank you all. Thank you. Michelle Moore, hi to all of you today. May God bless you all. I always enjoy the videos. Love from Michelle from Georgia. Thank you so much for joining me, Michelle. I hope you're well, having a nice day, a nice week. Now, I'm also going to prepare, preparation. Now, we've got a phrase in our house. I can't really say it online because it does include some words that people might not like, but pea-poor preparation leads to pea-poor performance. There's a lot of P's. You can probably guess what the word is that I don't want to say. But basically, bad preparation leads to bad performance. So preparation with your stamp, preparation with the anti-static bag on my paper. Fingers crossed we get good results. It's worth... I'm a very impatient person. When it comes to crafting, I don't always take the preparation sort of tasks seriously. I do rush things a lot, particularly if I'm doing something like painting and I have to wait for layers to dry. I'm terrible. which actually leads me on to something else. I've bought myself some, by the way, that's VersaFine if anyone's wondering, some clear embossing ink. I've actually bought myself a whole new craft to get started with. As if I need anything else. I can't show you, I haven't started it yet, I've just received the products the other day. Well, I say that, I actually had acrylic paints and I had paint thinner. This is available at CraftStash, by the way, your pressure tool for your stamping platform. It's only a few pounds. It's worth popping into your basket if you want to make something up to £30. So it's dot mandala. Have you seen it on sort of Pinterest and things? Dot mandala is, they usually do it on black with acrylic paint and just little dots in circles getting bigger and bigger. I've bought the templates and I've bought, I'm not sure if that, I'm going to do another layer of that because I'm just not sure. Because it's clear, I can't see. So I bought the tools, which are basically kind of like nail art tools, really. And I've bought the templates to draw the sort of the guidelines. I'm going to have a go at that once the studio's done. Me and my husband are getting to the stage where we've been renovating for a year now, and we want to start making, even if it's one evening a week, just taking an evening for ourselves, doing things that we want to do. So that'll be my thing, and his thing will probably be one of his computer games. And yes, he is a grown man. There we go. Okay, I think that's done. Let's have a look. We'll put the gold on. What I love about watercolour though is if something goes wrong on one side, usually you can use the other. Oh, I just realised I'm working on watercolour paper, so I might not have very long to put my gold embossing on, so I have to be quick. It might have dried already. I hope not. It's okay. So watercolour paper does absorb the embossing ink and it dries a lot quicker. Okay, so before I clean up, I am going to just melt that for that reason. That looks fine. I love dotting. It's hard on my eyes though. Yeah, Deb Hallett, sorry you're late. Oh no, you were perfectly on time, weren't you, earlier for the CraftStash one. Don't worry, never apologise for being late. I just love that you can join me at some point. Love the stamping platform. The stamping platform is absolutely brilliant. I did a comparison for CraftStash and it was a completely honest comparison, and I compared the Tim Holtz Tonic stamping platform with our CraftStash one, and I know you think, well, she must be biased because she works for CraftStash. I did it as a completely sort of point system, advantages, disadvantages of both, and probably surprisingly, the CraftStash one, which is less money and our own brand, came out for me on top by a few points. But it was really interesting to really delve into all of those different points. I think the comparison is available on the CraftStash YouTube channel. If you're ever browsing, have a look at that. There we go. So I don't know if you can see, because of the glare of that's a lovely gold. Okay, let's clean that up now. So yeah, I love that stamping platform. I just think it's brilliant. I've actually got two, so I've got a clean one and a very dirty one. Incredible drawing. Thank you so much. Let's just pop over to Bookface and see. Oh, Christine won the CraftStash one and she loves it. She already had the Tim Holtz but hardly used that anymore. Well, there we go. So that's a really good sort of review for that stamping platform. Caroline, it will look fabulous. Thank you. How did you? Oh yes, oh, the card. Did you not see it? I did put a post up. Shall I go and grab it? This time last week I was doing my husband's birthday card. Shall I go and grab it? 2 seconds, everyone, because I've got a gold curtain behind me. I have to move. Give me 10 seconds of silence, okay? Woohoo, we're back. Was that 10 seconds? Probably about that. Right. The card that I started last week. I should have done this at the beginning, shouldn't I? Here you go. So let me just make sure you can see. That's how it ended up. Scaffolding's being taken down today on the real house. I've obviously got my message inside, and let's hope he hasn't worn the batteries out. There we go. There's the lights. I managed to get my two dogs inside there. The brown sort of wood on the inside, showing inside there. I've got the blue curtains, which are temporary ones, but we've got those up at the moment. A sort of duck egg blue. These are the studs of the wall that you can actually see in our living room, because our living room's not been done yet. So we've got the studs of the wall. And actually, to explain it, my craft room is in the garage, but because this is our land, the edges, the two borders of our land, we've got a really big driveway. But because the garage and the porch is all an extension, there's no walkway round the house to the back garden. We've got a massive garden as well, but just can't get there. So what we've done is we've put a wall in the garage and left a small walkway just this side behind these doors. So you can walk through, there's the utility at the back, you can walk through that and then out into the back garden. So my craft room, as you come in the front door, there's actually a door just here, goes into the garage, an internal door, which is my bookcase, my secret bookcase door. It goes into the craft room, which is kind of about probably two-thirds of the width of this, and then it goes back 4.5 meters, which is the length of the garage. So that's where my craft room is in there. Yeah, so there we go. So he loved it. He laughed and thought it was brilliant, and all the family we had all the family around when we did presents and cards, and they were like, you really made that. They couldn't work out, they're not crafters, they couldn't work out how I made it. So yeah, really pleased with that. Okay, I'm just going to have a swig of drink, because talking a lot does make you a bit thirsty, doesn't it? I do love fruit tea. Right, so thank you everybody. I think you need to do one. I said that, Sam, in my last, this is because you weren't here. I said that in the last live, I should do one for Sam's cottage. Yeah, definitely. On your birthday next year. Just checking the comments. So Deb's also got a few stamping platforms. I use the CraftStash one all the time. Thank you. The card's awesome, brilliant. I have the Tim Holtz one and 2 Misty's. The CraftStash stamping platform is the one I reach for all the time, honestly. These reviews are just perfect. This is exactly what I'm saying. I'm not saying it just because I work for the company. It really is an absolutely fantastic stamping platform. Right, let's get some of the glare off this. There we go. So my new studio has actually got loads of spotlights, making it nice and bright. And I've also got 2 side lights, which reduces the shadows as well. So we're not going to have this sort of glare. It's going to be nice and bright. So anyway, next week, hopefully I will be actually streaming from them. What I'll do is I'll try and give you a little look round as well. Lou, does CraftStash sell the magnets for the stamping platform separately with like extras like you have? I don't have extras. It comes with 4. I'm sure it does. Each one comes with 4. Anyway, no, I don't think they do additional magnets. I'm sure it comes with 4 originally. Hope you haven't lost any. No, sorry, I don't think they do. Now, what am I going to do? Which way am I going to do this? Let's do the ripe persimmon at the top. So I'm going to go with this gourd. I love ripe persimmon, and I actually had it there. It was one of these colours that I was just like, nah, it's okay. It's okay. And then I did the Distress Oxide colour combination with it. It does come with 4. Oh, good. There we go, Debbie Lewis. So I don't have extras, I'm afraid. I have 2 stamping platforms, though. So I did ripe persimmon as the Distress Oxide video on my YouTube channel, and as I was blending it and doing the combinations, I thought, oh my goodness, why have I not had this colour out before? Why have I not used it before? It's gorgeous. I love corals. I always thought it was an orange. It is an orange, but it's kind of got almost a pinky tone to it, so it's just a coral colour, and it's so pretty. Right, so then I'm going to take this, so spice marmalade you can almost blend into a yellow. Just wondering, I don't have, yeah, okay, that's all right, that'll be fine. I'm just going to wipe my mat. Had a little bug on it, just because I'm going to be using the blues or the greens next, and I don't want to mix orange into the green too much. Where's my little, here we go. So when I'm doing my blending, oh, let me just lift up, oh, I can't get it, excuse arms in the way. I use a little bit of parchment just to hold it still. So then I've got salvage patina. Salvage patina is always going to be a favourite of mine. So what I'm trying to do now, because I need to relabel all of my brushes, I'm trying to, each time I use one, make sure the label's on them again and work through them that way, rather than it being such a big job of trying to label 70 plus brushes. Obviously got 71 for my Distress Oxides, and then I've got more that I use for the inks too. So this is a paler colour, so let's get this down first, then we'll worry about blending afterwards. It blends, the two blend surprisingly well together though, considering they are completely different colours. So pop that down there. I want the bottom to be, do you know what? I do want a bit of Lucky Clover on the bottom, but I don't want too much. I quite like that it's actually faded into the way it's sort of faded there into the pale blue. I might be tempted not to put the darker green down the bottom actually. What do we think? There isn't an even darker. Cool, I'm buying it. Yeah. Oh, Debbie, not that you didn't have one then. I see, yeah. No, it does come with 4. I see what you did. I thought you had one and you only had 2. Sorry. Yeah, definitely get it. And if anyone doesn't mind, if you're going to purchase anything whilst watching this live or from watching this live, I'd love it if you could pop through one of the pinned links in the comments and it just takes you to CraftStash. It doesn't cost you any extra. It just means that I get a little bit of affiliate commission. Yeah, I think I'm going to leave the bottom colour. I was going to put Lucky Clover on. Well, I'll show you here. I was going to do Lucky Clover, but I'm thinking I'm going to leave that and leave it lighter and brighter. I might change my mind, but I can still add it a little bit later if I wish. Okay, so yeah, let's leave that. Let's take it off the mat. Let's take it off the mat. So there's the colours. Now, I was going to do a bit more blending, but I'll probably do a little bit of splattering, to be honest. I need to be careful. Look at this. I have got my drink and my water. My water, so the reason this has all got gold inside, it's a sort of duck egg blue teacup. I actually used this as a prop at my wedding, and I sprayed the inside bright gold. You can see I've got dog hairs floating in it. Of course I have, because I've got dogs everywhere. And then I've got my fruit tea, and again, it's in my chipped cup. Does anyone have a cup that's their favourite? I like actually drink from the chip. It's my favourite. There we go. Put that right over there, far out of the way, because that's going to end in disaster. Okay, so this technique is essentially then using water and painting just with water inside of the areas that we've just ink blended. Okay, you want clean water and you just want it to sit. Now I did this previously with a die cut for the gold outlines, so of course it was very, very easy to not go over the edges. It's going to be a little bit harder with this. I'm going to have to take my time, but I am just using a small paintbrush. If you've got something like a water brush, that would work as well. That's all one flower, so I can do that one all together in that area. And just allowing, first of all, the water to sit on there for a moment. I do go quiet when I'm concentrating. Try not to, but it naturally happens. Okay, so now just with my paintbrush damp, I'm going to just work that water into the areas I've just been in. Take a piece of clean kitchen towel and I'm just going to lift up some of that ink. There we go. So can you see how that has sort of whitewashed that area? So I'm going to work my way around while we chat. Hubby's always trying to throw away my favourite chipped mug. No! No, no, no. There's something really comforting about a mug that you've had for a long, long time. This is one of my Crusoe ones. I had 4. One got broken, which I was absolutely gutted about. I don't think the family really understood it. They were a gift from my mum. So one got broken. We've got 3 left, and the purple one is, I don't know, it's just always been my favourite one. We kind of originally started with all our own colours. The grey one was my husband's. I think the blue one was my son's, and the one that got chipped, and I can't remember what colour it was now, it's so long ago. That one, or rather that got broken, that one was my daughter's. She doesn't really drink many hot drinks. Not out of those sort of mugs anyway. So I love this ink lifted result. It is lovely, and you can do it with inks as well as oxides. And there's lots of other water reactive inks that you could do it with too. So you don't have to use distress inks, but as you all know, I am a huge fan of them. I know all the colours really well now, so I've got them all. I have spray painted my frames that store my brushes. Those of you who know, I used to store my blending brushes on the wall within frames. I have painted those to match the new craft room, so you'll see a new look to those. I really hope I can show you next week. Husband's just finishing up. So the only thing he needs to do now for me, really, inside the craft room, is connect up the cable that gives me wired internet, so I don't get any issues when I'm live. Right, so let's lift this up. This is similar to that effect that you get when you're when you splat. Hi Pauline, how are you? I hope you're well. Lovely to speak to you the other day. There we go. Okay, so see, I've lifted that up. Now what I'm also going to do is a few little splats. Can't actually see how many I'm doing, probably far too many. Now I'm going to put my water all the way over here, well out of the way on my messy table. It's actually my dining table beside me, just so that I don't accidentally drink it. Let's just take a look at Facebook. Sorry, I've been on YouTube, so let's take a look at the Facebook comments. Shelley had a mug that her sister bought her for her 30th. She's had it 15 years, used it every day. Her partner dropped it. Oh no, it was a huge mug. See, I like these because they're not actually that big. Lynn has a handleless mug with a chip because you use it with... Do you know what? When I'm cold, I put my hands all the way around my mug. I don't really use the handle as much anyway. There's something really nice about holding a mug, even if you're not actually drinking out of it, holding a warm mug. Carla, just a thought for your craft room though. As you're not using the garage as a garage, why not remove the big door and build? We're going to. So what we're going to do is we're going to brick up the front. Hang on, let me bring the house in. Make sure you can see it. I kind of feel like I have to put the lights on, to be honest, if I'm showing you. So we are going to continue this brick all the way across to here. We're going to put like so we're going to brick along here and down the side. Obviously the inside's already bricked. That's going to be like a walkway, but we're going to put like a metal... I would like to put a metal gate on the front, like almost like a metal garden gate. And we might store welly boots and things through there, but that will lead to another external door that then goes into the utility. So we'll have a proper door. And it's an internal door at the moment. We'll put proper external door. So yeah, it will be bricked. I've got a window here. If you open the garage doors, they obviously open sideways. There is actually a window here, so that if it's snowing or if it's really sunny, they're the only two reasons, I can actually have the doors, open the garage doors and have daylight in or watch the snow. So there's a window there, and that will be brought out and put into the brickwork and finished off neatly indoors when we do that. But we just, budget. We have to do what we can at, each time. So there's my craft room update. Okay, so we've got that effect at the moment. Now we need to really bring these florals to life. You can actually keep going over and lift more and more if you want to, but I'm going to bring the pencils in. So in case you're just joining me, yeah, Sam's going live, Vicky, at 2 p.m. And thank you, Sweet Williams Crafts. Thank you very much. Helen Griffin is going live at 12:30. So all three of us, telling you things about Black Friday. We're all focusing on Black Friday today. So I'm taking the colours that I've chosen, colours that coordinate with the colour scheme here. They're actually the closest match I've got to the inks. But because I've now lifted the inks, I can start to colour inside here. The trouble is you're not going to really see what I'm doing. Shall I bring this down a little bit? Excuse your eyes. Turn away if you get sort of travel sickness or anything. I'm just going to bring you down a little bit. Hang on, I need to bend you and bring you down like so. Right, is that okay for everyone? So I'm just going to do some darker colours in the centres of each of the petals, like so, and just sort of fade that out. So I'm starting with this big flower here. I might actually do more of the inside, and then I'll work my way out. But the stems I can do in the teal colour. So start dark, and I'm just lightening the pressure as I work my way out. They're tiny areas, so you don't need to worry too much about blending. I'll try and keep my hand out of the way. Like so. Now I'm going to go quiet, so I'll try to remember to chat to you whilst I colour. Now it's watercolour cardstock, so I don't know if you can even see it. It's quite bumpy because it's watercolour cardstock. So, sorry, the light's shining on it, isn't it? So you can't really actually see much of what I'm doing. But you'll see the finished effect in a bit. So I'm not going to be too precious about it, especially as we're live. I mean, you could really take your time here. Just going for sort of the base of each of the petals, really. Really dark and then fading it out. So I know lots of you have taken advantage of it, but there is the textures 70% off sale. What absolutely blew me away was that there was collections sort of like £20 odd, £22, things like that, with 70% off. That's amazing value. Now obviously I want you to pay as much as possible for my collections, but I also want you to get savings, so that's always really good. We don't actually get commission for them anyway, so it doesn't matter what you spend. we just want them to do well and be successful, obviously. Okay, that one's a bit of a funny one. I'm not sure if that colour really shows. I suppose it does show up. Yeah, it does show up. Yeah, that's okay. Let's fade that out a little. I think I did the same colour here actually. That's quite a nice variant. So go in here. Those buds that come into the turquoise here are really going to show up nicely. Just a few. There we go. Okay, I'll do turquoise in a moment. I think I'm actually going to, there aren't any other flowers, are there? No. I'm going to use this colour for the buds. I think this is really going to contrast nicely. I will use another colour in a moment actually. I'm just doing the floral part, the petals, not the green foliage. It'll come clear in a minute. There's a little bit there. So that's why I've got my white to help with blending there. Where it's showing up even more, the white is just going to help bring everything to life. Blend that in a little bit. I'm going to use the white a bit on the tips of these petals as well. Oh, that looks really nice. So you can see that's really bringing it up lovely. So Sam's got about 8 weeks till her birthday. Oh, loads of time. I'll do it over Christmas. Oh, Carla, thank you. She's treated herself to a couple of the collections that she didn't have. And Maria, good morning to you. I hope you're well. Thank you for joining me. Just missed the beginning. Don't worry, I was just chatting, really. I'm always just chatting. So just highlight the tops of the petals. And this works nicely as well if you haven't quite lifted up as much ink as you'd have liked. Okay. Oh, I've got to do these other ones, haven't I? So like I say, this is one of my most popular videos on YouTube, is showing you this technique. Obviously it's sped up much quicker. Different colourway though, different colour combination. So if you'd like to see this done with a different, it's actually done with a die and a stamp. No, not a stamp, a die in a different way. You can see that. So there we go. So I think what I'm going to do is, yeah, I'm going to stick with this colour through the stems. So the turquoise, rather than going for the darker green. Let's see, this is all stem here. So again, I'm going the base of the buds here. I'll sort of go along one edge of the stem. Let's use the white to fade those in as well. I like that you can be quite loose with this as well. I'm not being too picky and too precise. I was once, I think I've said it before, once someone called me Slapdash. It's when I did crafting TV, and someone said I was too slapdash for them. And I thought, do you know what? It's how you enjoy craft, isn't it? I can't worry, I can't stress over making everything perfect. Some people do. That's, you know, that's entirely up to them. I think I might use that green on some of these other leaves actually. It still coordinates. So they're the buds. Let's do this one. So there's a big leaf here. I love picking out a design, trying to find, right, so that leaf goes there and that petal goes there. Are you all still with me? There's one of those types of leaves as well in here that comes out here. Haven't actually decided yet on a sentiment for this. I might save it rather than putting a sentiment on. I might actually wait until I've got an occasion to give this one to someone. Sometimes I don't think cards always need a sentiment. If you're sending a just because or a little note, you know, sometimes I think you can get away with not putting a sentiment on. There we go. So the white is just lifting that up even more, kind of making it look like vellum. Right, fade that out a little bit lighter on the... There we go. Okay. Maria Gibbs has a favourite mug, used all the time. Got it on holiday in Las Vegas years ago. It's funny how we all have favourite mugs, isn't it? It's going cold quickly because I'm not drinking it. Oh, I'll have to make another one. Okay, so a few little highlights of green on these. Let's see, I think they'll work okay. Working on watercolour cardstock always makes it a little more bumpy. I'm going to use the white over the top of these, so just putting a touch of colour down, and I'll come back over it in a second. So what else have we treated ourselves to in the CraftStash Black Friday sales? We were amazed because we were looking around at obviously other craft companies. We compare ourselves. We see what other people are doing out there, and we couldn't believe that actually we seem to have the best deals, as in the biggest discounts, the most choice of products. Some companies are just, no, I'm not going to name any, but some companies are just doing sort of like one offer each day, and we've got loads going on. So yeah, I don't know how they do it. I don't know how CraftStash do it. Okay, so getting there. Just finishing these. See, once I add the white to this green, it kind of goes to a pale turquoise anyway. And there we go. Okay, so that's brought that up. And I don't know how well you can see. Oh yeah, you can see the gold there. They're pretty. Very pretty. Okay, cheek of that. But they don't have their own craft collection. We just love you, Lou. Sorry, hang on. What am I talking about? The cheek of that person, but they don't have their own craft collections or followers like you. We love you just as you are, Lou. Oh, what did I say? Oh, that person. Oh, that was long ago. That was a long. It was just a viewer. Just a viewer who watched the TV. So thank you, Carla, anyway. It just makes me laugh because, yes, I am slapdash. And I will say crafting shouldn't be a stress. It's a relaxing craft. You know, you shouldn't worry about that. Look at that. That's actually taken me no time at all. And I'm thinking maybe I should put a sentiment on there. Let's see, what have we got? Because we've got some lovely sentiments in here. Don't hold back. There's some there. Where's the rest of the... There we go. The other Sheena goodies. So if I was going to use a stencil, what I would have done is when I did the ink blending, I probably would have put the stencil over the top and inked through the darker, so the right persimmon, which would have then showed up more, sort of a bit of pattern on the... Oh, shall I? No, hold back. No, I'm not going to do it there. So I've got dies. I feel like a black stamp would actually be nice. Oh, look at this. Beauty and strength come from within. Always here for you. So this is the Nouveau Florals. This would work beautifully with the technique that I've just shown you. Look at that stamp. Or those two stamps. They are stunning. You can layer them up, but they look beautiful on their own as well. How gorgeous would that look? Stamp just off the edge and do that exact technique that I've just done with that. Let's have a look. Always here for you. I think that would be nice. Kind of like that. It almost looks like a sympathy card, actually. Where's it going to go? It's kind of pointing, isn't it? It's all a bit too that far. Yeah, I think I'm just going to just stamp it down there. I need to reach through and get my black ink. Let's take this one off and put this away. Oh, your order. Oh, Christine's order from Monday has just arrived. Thank you so much. Anyone else having streaming issues? I don't think so. Nobody said anything. Antoinette, my wallet is groaning at this point. Oh, don't worry. It'll get over it. It won't mind at all. CraftStash sale is phenomenal. It is really good, isn't it? Pauline's ordered some textures, card making magic. Believe it. No, have you not got all the card making magic, Pauline? And card blanks and another few bits. Absolutely. Thank you, Melly J, as well. Just joined. What have I missed? Oh, sorry, Antoinette. Well, okay, so I've just shown you this technique, which is a really popular technique off my YouTube channel. I'm just grabbing an ink. There we go. So I've just done it in a different colour with a different stamp because I did use a die last time. So I've run you through that. But you'll be able to watch this live. It will remain on my YouTube channel and my Facebook page. So you'll be able to watch it again. Let's just make sure that's fully dry. Always here for you. Just a little subtle sentiment there. Again, I'm not sure. I think this is a new one. I don't think I've used this sentiment. So there we go. Both of you and Sam make colouring look so easy, but I really struggle to get anything to look acceptable. If you look closely at this, it's terrible. But like I say, I'm not going to worry because you don't look closely at it, do you? Sally Wright, thank you for joining. I'm kind of just finishing up, really. I've just done some ink blending, lifted the ink. Okay, I originally started with heat embossed a flower in gold onto watercolour cardstock. I ink blended over the entire thing with Distress Oxides. And then I lifted up where the flowers are, inside the flower petals and the leaves, with water, just plain water on a paintbrush. And then I've used my pencils to pick out some of those colours and give it a little more sort of shade and shape. So there we go. That's lovely. I'll just stick this to my card base. I'll clean. Now, what I love about the stamping platform, I know we keep talking about it. I do use VersaFine or Memento, depending which one really comes to me first, to be honest. So the stamping platform, when you've got stamps in there, if you're going to be lazy like me and just pop it away like this, I'm not stamping on my background because we've got the springs. Now, if I was to press down, that would stamp on the backing. backing platform of my platform. But I can keep my stamp in there for now until I tidy up in a little while. So I just always find that handy feature of the stamping platform. So I'm just going to use, this is the CraftStash bookbinding glue, I think it is. I've taken the label off. So I'm just going to pop this on flat so it could be posted quite easily. I am really excited to get my sewing machine back into my craft room. You're going to see machine sewing or machine stitching on many more of my cards now. Isn't that nice bright colours? I still managed to get it on my fingers. Do you always use VersaFine? Yes, I do. I answered that. I'm pretty much either VersaFine or Memento, Black Memento. Usually VersaFine. What have I just done there? Oh dear. Okay, there we go. I think that's pretty much it. Let me just scroll through comments, make sure I didn't miss too much. Oh, thank you. Yes, Squeezed Lemonade, the colour Squeezed Lemonade and the Distress Oxides. The video just went up last night. Really nice, bright colours for that one. Thank you so much. Function of Light 1. Please give our lovely hostess a big thumbs up. Thank you very much. Is that Anne? I like the Squeezed Lemonade, but thank you anyway for watching. That's up now, so you can see that one on my YouTube channel. First time joining you live. Hi from Australia, 9:30 p.m. here. Thank you so much for joining me and taking time out of your evening, Rhonda. It's lovely to have you with us. Where do you get the brush holder frames? Has been trying to find some. So they were actually mirrors, Claire. They're not available anymore, not those ones in particular anyway. I actually got them from a shop in the UK called B&M. But if you can find any, they're just plastic. They're really, really inexpensive. They were a couple of pounds each, but they had a mirror inside. I took the mirror out. There was then a backing board behind them. I put vinyl over the backing board and the little clips, so they're metal clips that are sticky back and the clips bend so I can tuck them round the heads of my, or the necks of my brushes. They came from B&Q and they were a few pound for a pack of 10, I think. And I stuck them on the back. But there is a video. There is a video on YouTube. It's quite old now, showing how I put them together. But I've just resprayed them. There we go. I think that's me done. Nice and early today as well. Sorry, I forgot you're all so close and I'm bringing everything in. Look. Oh, dear. Sorry. There we go. I wasn't watching what I was doing. But there's the card finish. So that's using, where is it? Where's the stamp? Under here. Oh, I've still got my, now, just so you know, that will fade to those colours because they're oxides. At the minute, the dye is still really bright. I probably used a little bit more of the spiced marmalade in this one, actually, than I did on this one. So yeah, so that will fade. It will go that sort of cloudy colour as it dries a little bit more. It's amazing though, isn't it? The same colours. Look, I know I've got some sort of testers on the back there, but the same colours upside down have been used, minus the Lucky Clover. Didn't go for that in the end, and it looks so different. But there we go. So there's your finished card for today. That's my live. Now you want to join Helen Griffin at 12:30. Have a look. I'm sure she'll be announcing where. Usually she goes live on YouTube, but I'm not sure today. So check out both YouTube and Facebook, Helen Griffin UK. And then Sam is going to be live, as always, it's Wednesday, so 2 p.m. on her channel as well on Facebook. So thank you all so much for joining me. Thank you, Simone. Off to record an advent calendar using Simply Made Crafts, Paper Discovery and Made to Surprise. Oh, I look forward to seeing that. Thank you, Nova. Thank you, Laurie. Thank you, everybody. I appreciate you being with me, and I hope to see you again here next week where, fingers crossed, we will be in the new craft room, and I'm hoping I can set it up so that I can actually give you a little sort of tour of the craft room, or at least a view of it with my face in as well, maybe. So I hope you can join me then. I'll set up an event soon so that you can register your interest and get a notification. Take care, everybody. Enjoy those Black Friday deals. Don't forget to use the pinned comment in the link. It'll be the first comment and it should be pinned to the top of your page so you can go and shop any Black Friday deals, and I'll see you again very soon. Take care, everybody. Oh, I'll see you at 8 o'clock